Yes, sir. That's the way you talk to your son. 30 pages of rhymes in this motherfucker.
Yo, son, get on my face, son. Get on my face, son.
So look behind you, the hunger for more is the reason I'ma take your cake. This nigga chase the bang. Me, I stop at chase the bang. Nigga, they change over. I get cream every morning. You a plain fold. And he rolled through with the same doges. Nigga, I got drunk, drank Cobra, woke up with a hangover, stole a Range Rover with a flamethrower, and my Russian bitch came over. I was with him!
Holla vs. Amzilla was mad funny. I remember we originally had wanted the footage for Grind Time, but I didn't want to do it independently, and it was just too much.
Amzilla was freestyling and shit, as a matter of fact. Wow, he lost that bet too. I was like, wow, man, Amzilla. But he learned, you know, lesson learned. And Amzilla was getting crazy after that and shit like that. But Holla was definitely taking that money. He said, yeah, give me that. And he started counting the money after the battle in front of him. I was like, wow, Holla, you gonna do that boy like that? But, you know.
Me and Amzilla both was using Mobb Deep Studio. We both kicked it in Ozone Park, Richmond Hill. We knew a lot of the same people. And the engineer Joe, man, he kept amping this shit, and I was kind of like sidelining it because I'm like, I never really seen nothing on him. Then I seen him in DNA battle, and I got to see something on him, and I'm like, alright, dude, he's a freestyle pro. But this is where he went wrong. I'm just coming off a battle where I'm thinking I could freestyle everything, and it kind of backfired on me, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have enough written material or have enough premeditated. So now I'm in my writing duffel. Like, he caught me at the wrong time. He thought we was going, like, Ammo my man now, and I tell him this to his face, like, he thought we was gonna have like a all-out freestyle supernatural versus Juice. Like, no, I need this money, Am. I'm coming with these bars to take this bread you putting up. So it was kind of like Verb did that too. A lot of people was banking after that battle, the Arsonal and Young Ills, and from my previous battle, they was banking on the freestyle Hollow. And the freestyle Hollow didn't come. He came, but he mixed it up with the writtens way more than he usually do.
Kind of like one of the most memorable Hollow moments is Amzilla. He had like a crumb on his mouth or something like that, and Hollow was kind of like, yo, cameraman, zoom in. This nigga got crown fried chicken on his lips.
Nigga, it's real. I'm like, bitch, chit still. What you saying, you spitting? Look, Joe, he got some shit on his lip from crown fried chicken.
From Amzilla on is pretty much, I freestyle damn near the same amount from Amzilla to most battles after that, you know what I mean? But before that, I was damn near freestyling half of a round and half premeditated. So that's why I say not that much freestyle, you know what I mean? Because before that, that's all I was doing was like Philly Swain, J Focus was, you know, J Focus, I start off dissing his shoes and what he got on, and because I'm just, you know what I mean, doing on the spot shit.
You way wrong, he can't get me with rhymes. This what I need. Raekwon, Chef and Design, Acorns, Bentley to shine, Dre songs at Eminem's prime. You need Trey Long's Infinite Nines, bombs, it's Napalm, extended the line, and James Bond proximity mines. I need your arch nemesis mine. Be as strong as Big Dog when he lifting that iron, and as fast as Hedgehog in Genesis time. I shock your homie on some raiding shit. I Johnny Cage your hips and have my girl Sonya Blade your bitch.
He really felt like he didn't have to battle Passwurdz because his buzz was so heavy on the East Coast at the time. And, you know, I think Passwurdz was still building his rep. So it was important for the West Coast to have this battle in order to get a lot of this respect that they deserve from other coasts. Man, Lush booked Hollow to go over there, and Hollow didn't back down at all. He didn't give no excuses. He was just kind of like, man, like, I think this will be good for the scene. You know what I mean? Passwurdz is good. I respect him. It will be a good look.
I say, yo, Hollow, you better get crazy on this dude, man. And I think he had his jaw was kind of fucked up around that time and shit. I don't know if y'all knew about that, but y'all didn't. So that's what made him amazing to me anyway. That, you know, he was in under them circumstances and he had to battle one of the top best in the West Coast and shit. And Hollow got crazy.
Pass has been consistently
taking on top challenges in the West Coast for years. And the funny thing is, the battle scene that we know it as in this current era didn't have a strong foothold in the West Coast. I'm talking about the street shit, not necessarily the grind type shit, but like, you know, the URL type shit like that. So the fact that there's only a handful of MCs that have made it across each realm and passes one of the few.
When I watched the battle, it definitely was, Holla was definitely came out the winner for me, but it wasn't really, it wasn't like a body bag. It definitely wasn't a body bag, but Holla was definitely came out on top.
I was like, yo, the West Coast was dominating at that time. I ain't gonna lie, like, it was all about the Swords, Pass, Locksmith. You know, we was looking a little shaky. Like, we was doing our thing out in NY, but we ain't have as many heavy hitters. So I was like, oh, I gotta go out there and test that water. You know what I'm saying? And I really wanted Locksmith, but I don't know why that never happened. So me and Passwurdz ended up battling, and I definitely respected Pass. And I was like, this nigga's real credible. And I just needed that West Coast love, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, let me go out here and see if they fuck with the Dawn. And I went out there and they fuck with me heavy. I think that's the most love I ever got, was like in the Bay Area.
I was there live and I really couldn't even tell who won. And we were supposed to get it judged. And after the first 3 rounds, I remember I looked at Hollow and I was like, you sure you want that judged? And he was like, fuck it, I don't care. Like, I don't know if he thought he won or what. And Pass was kind of like, nah, it's all good. Like, that footage was crazy. So, but I guess they both had overtime rounds just in case it was judged. And you know, we went to the overtime round and it was another crazy one. And I remember I turned around and looked right at Awkwardz and he was just like, yo, like, I don't know who won that shit. I thought all the West Coast people were gonna say Pass, but nah, they were just all confused.
That's one of them battles that shouldn't have a judge, because it's like, that's one of them battles you could go either way for either reason. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It ain't, if it was to pick me, I wouldn't have felt right. You know what I'm saying? If they was like, yo, Hollow won, I would have still felt like, damn, son, he did his thing. Like, you know what I mean? So it worked out perfect. It worked out perfect.
On top of that, I seen you damn near shed a tear when Arsonal ate you. But if Awkwardz punked Arsonal, what does that make you? So how are you gonna follow that? How are you gonna follow that? After I twist his top like a bottle cap, I have his partners rocking matching RIP hollow tats.
I'm still down to get my battles judged, man. It just gotta be, as long as it's credible judges and fair judges, I'm still down to get the battles judged, cause I mean, I feel like these niggas be running around, you know, I'm not gonna say no names, but a lot of cats are, oh, I'm undefeated, I never lost, I'm 96-0, oh, I'm 581-0. Like, my nigga, come on, like, you gotta admit when somebody had your day, like, you know what I mean? And when judges come into play, I don't think it works with battles like me and Pass. I think judges work when it's a clear-cut winner in a battle. You know what I mean? So, you know what would be a good idea? I just thought of this now. Like, if you had judges, but if it was so close, you don't use the judges. Like, if it's so close where you know it's a debatable, you just don't use the judges.
Pass is ashamed of his past. Pass is ashamed of his past, so I'm gonna take him to the future. I'm in 3011, flying to the east-west settings in a GS Legend, playing PS7.
I know what my favorite lines weren't. Passwurdz talking in between every fucking line. Oh, there's no hook. We got an intervention. Come on, what Illmac say? I'm tired of these non-confrontational rebuttals. What is non-conversational? Like, that's the only thing he ever did got me tired. I hate when niggas do that, like want to talk in between, but that's besides the point. Let me see, classic lines for him. Foundation was, well, I like a lot of his shit that wasn't even main lines. Like, I like little shit like pimp your zips hella skimp, you catting on a lot of grams. I just like shit like that because the wordplay and everything. But it's too many quotables, man.
So what now, you a hustler? Fuck yeah, I know you got some holograms. Pimp your zips hella skip, you catting on a lot of grams.
I'm too busy chasing dinero like Pacino in Heat. I love that line for some reason. Shout out to Jim Dutch. He actually gave me that line, my cousin. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to tell y'all that wasn't really originally my line. Spiced it up, but yeah, he threw me the idea.
This nigga bastard, he below my feet. Plus, I'm too busy chasing De Niro like Pacino and Heat.
A lot of people have a love-hate relationship with Hollow because he says some cold shit, but he be freestyling, and I guess not everybody is into the freestyle stuff, but he does it really well, or he'll just say something random and tie it in. And in the past battle, it was kind of like the pinnacle of this when you have, at the end of one of the rounds, he's talking about being on Mars and Pluto. I was at a bar in Pluto, met a Martian bitch, and I guess Lush was supposed to call time there, and he was kind of like, that had an alien aborted kid with horse's chin and tortoise skin and dolphin and whatever he was saying. Like, it was mad funny to me. I mean, I think Hollow's mad he kind of said it because it didn't make no sense, but to me, I think that's kind of like, that's what gives him personality, is that he has crazy bars, but he can say something nonsensical and deliver it in such a way that people receive it very well, and that's what makes Hollow the Don.
I'm in the future.